name, Japanese name, and we are not freely allowed to worship Jesus Christ and our God. I will tell you when I was born and where. This may be too small for you to see, but I was born in this area, and this place is called Kimje. And in the south, there's a town called the Chongu. And in between, there's a town which was a small farming village called Shintain. That's where I was born, 83 years ago. A pretty old person, am I? No, I'm as young as you are in my heart. All right. Why was I born there? Was my parents there? Yes. But was my parents born there? No. My father was actually born in Kawondo, way up there. And if I can see myself here, there's a place called Cheongsun. Well, never mind. That area. And he had to move all the way down to this area. This is the so-called bread basket. You know, about 2/3 of the Korean rice back those days were raised in this area. That's called the Honam Plain. Now, why did they move there? Well, let me go back a little, maybe 10, 15 years ago. My father actually graduated from the military academy. He was going to be commissioned as Korean lieutenant. This is not the current Korean military academy. It was the government which Japan took over by force and by threats. They took over. As a matter of fact, how did they do that? They killed, they assassinated the last queen. The wife of the last king was Myeongsong Queen, Queen Myeongsong. And maybe some of you may have seen, maybe your parents may have seen the movie, the video series called Myeongsong Hwanghu. That's the Queen Myeongsong. Anyhow, Japanese assassins came to Korea, went into the palace, killed her, scared the heck out of the king. He had to take refuge in the Russian embassy, and the Russian embassy protected the king for a while. That was the situation. And then Japan took over the diplomatic power. They dissolved the Korean army. And the time they dissolved Korean army was 1907. My father at that time was about 19 or 20 years old, and he was just graduated from the military academy, and the Japan offered his class a 1 year of additional training. Okay, you see, that's my father. Oh, sorry. Well, of course you can tell which one is my father and which one is my father was the graduate of the military academy, and the Japan offered him the chance to be commissioned as a Japanese officer, but most of his classmates refused it. And what did that do? Japanese government put them under their close surveillance. You know the word surveillance? Okay. They watch them. They watch where they are going, who they are talking with. And that was the situation where he was. And the rest of his life, until liberation. The liberation came 1945, right? The end of World War II. All right. Until then, that was the gunshot. That scared the independence movement. Oh, okay. That was the time that the Japanese military, Japanese police, scared all the Korean people when people rose up and then demonstrated. Give us back our independence. That's the 3.1조, the independence movement of March 1st. That took place 93 years ago. I was born in 1929, so 83, that's 10 years after that independence movement, 3.1조. So I was not born, and I was not born. I was not born to witness the independence movement myself, but I have heard so many stories about that independence movement from my parents. My parents wanted me to know who I am as a Korean citizen and their child, and as a Christian child. Now, this is my family. Did I look like, which one is me? I have an elder brother. And that one on the corner, doesn't he look handsome? My father, my mother, my elder sister, my younger sister. Look what kind of clothes we were wearing. This is during Japanese period. Japanese government forced the Korean children, not only the children, adults, to get rid of the Western style clothing. Not only the Western style clothing, they made us to wear military uniform-like uniform as a student. Well, I was in the high school and my brother was in the high school too. You see, both of us look like the soldiers. That's what they tried to brainwash our thinking into. You are growing up to be a soldier. All right. That was, I think I was 1942 or so. Maybe the 8th grade or something. 8th grade, very small, isn't it? I was puny, physically. All right. My father, until then, was wearing pretty Western style clothing as a physician trained at the very first Western style medical school is called Severance Medical College, which is about more than 130 years old. And that's he. After he was graduated, he was first recruited by Hamhung Mission Hospital. Well, Hamhung is way up in the north. Hamhung is about